Hello, Serious Survivor here. We know that we're facing something very serious. We know that tomorrow, Cyber Polygon 2021 kicks off, and this is most likely the beginning of something big. Cyber Polygon 2021 is focused on a global supply chain attack. And I'm going to read directly from their webpage right here to talk about who initiated this particular Cyber Polygon and who was basically, I don't want to say in control, but one of the major players in the previous Cyber Polygon, and that is a company called BI.Zone or ByZone. ByZone is a security software specialist company. They're digital security, and they are based out of Moscow, Russia. When we look at the Cyber Polygon page, it clearly states on their webpage that the World Economic Forum supports Cyber Polygon. Cyber Polygon is an initiative of ByZone, also called SBER Ecosystem, or formerly known as that name, supported by the World Economic Forum Center for Cybersecurity. Now, it's rumored that ByZone has had links in the past to Russian spy agencies. I'm going to also be breaking the story tomorrow with insider information that basically no one else has, and this information came from an individual who was directly involved with the cyber attacks. And what I'll be sharing with you tomorrow is going to be very eye-opening and could even be disturbing to some, because these may not be coming from the place that we believe they are or the place that we're told they're coming from. The situation is getting extremely serious. I've heard from a couple of other sources. Those of you familiar with the Pinball Preparedness, he was reporting on some gas shortages, gas stations that were going to be shutting down, the Love's chain, at least part of those. That seems to be localized to some areas, but it is quite concerning. And I'm also going to read off and share right here from a site called Cyware, CYWARE.com. We're looking at the Hacker News section of it. And this section is similar, as we can see from the screen right here, to, a Facebook page, a Twitter page, or something like that. It's a lot of posts from different companies, and these companies are, these are pretty reputable posts. These are newsworthy articles, but we don't hear anything about it. So today's July 8th, and we have been preoccupied with cyber attack, the large one that happened due to Kaseya, and be sure to tune into that video tomorrow. I have really interesting information about the Kaseya VSA software, but I need a little more time to put it together accurately and to make sure that my source is not identified through the video, because I don't want to cause anybody in trouble. But this is very important to watch. But on these, I'm going to read down and we're going to look at some of the different articles here, and we're going to see just the severity of some of these cyber attacks that we don't hear about. Well, first of all, the first one, from Microsoft to QNAP, multiple firms warn against high severity flaws. Researchers are urging everyone to patch multiple critical and high severity vulnerabilities found in Windows print spooler, QNAP devices, and other systems. Mismanagement of secrets opens the door to cyber threats, also on July 8th. And this is basically just talking about a password survey as to how easy it is for, if you read the entire article, as how easy it is for hackers basically to gain password access. Most people use the same password for everything, or they may have two passwords, one for their financial and one for their other stuff, or maybe one for their work and one for their other stuff. And it's very easy for an experienced hacker to get access to these. Babook ransomware is back in action. The Babook ransomware gang appears to be back in action after a hiatus, as it was found targeting and encrypting multiple corporate networks. It indicates that businesses are still facing enormous threats from the gang, and they must keep holding their protective shields tight. This was on July 8th also. July 7th. Not sure how to pronounce that. Mirai Petit, the latest Mirai-inspired botnet. Cybersecurity researchers have spotted a new Mirai-inspired botnet called Mirai Petit, abusing an undisclosed vulnerability in KGuard's digital video recorders and MBSP. The source code was leaked several years ago, and since then multiple variants are still getting spotted on the threat landscape. Kaseya ransomware attack used to fuel a mail spam campaign. And this ties into the video we're going to talk about tomorrow. In a series of tweets from Malwarebytes, researchers have disclosed that a mail spam campaign is taking advantage of the Kaseya ransomware attack to drop what's called Cobalt Strike. Did Western Digital fall prey to meow attacks? And we're still on July 7th, yesterday. A mysterious group frantically issued a factory reset command for all the files pertaining to MyBook Live and Book Live Duo users, locking them out of their devices. TrickBot braces up for another innings. Cryptos Logic Threat Intelligence researchers have revealed a new report about a new TrickBot module that bears precise resemblance to the Zeus attack pattern. And if you watched my video on the 10 worst cyber attacks in history, Zeus was one of them. Malware Dropper, a threat in disguise that cannot be ignored. And now we're back to July 6th, 2 days ago. Proofpoint researchers dissected a new variant of JSS Loader malware that offered threat actors to evade detections and load additional payloads. Attackers accelerating ransomware attacks on ICS networks. Ransomware attacks are evolving rapidly to target ICS endpoints worldwide, with a significant rise in activity during the past year. 4 ransomware families, namely Ryuk, Nefilm, REvil, and Lockbit, account for over half of these attacks. July 6. Malicious privacy tools advertised to extract private data. Researchers uncovered a privacy tool that purports to offer file protection via encryption and decryption services. In fact, it's loaded with malware and MBSP. The latest campaign shed some light on the increasing amount of efforts attackers are putting into making such privacy-themed lures. WEC. No data compromised in ransomware attack. While a ransomware attack was launched against the Alabama-based Wiregrass Electric Cooperative during the weekend, officials have verified that no data has been compromised. Healthcare ransomware attack impacts practice management software vendor Practice First. Apart from patient information, diagnosis, lab and treatment information, health insurance details, employee usernames and passwords, bank account information, and tax identification numbers were exposed. And as we keep scrolling on down through here, I'm not going to read off all these, but I'm going to put the link so you can check them out. But this shows the extent of what's really going on out there. This shows the extent of what we are being attacked, not just us, but basically all of the average people in the world, the people who are just trying to make a living and trying to live their life. We're being attacked on multiple fronts. Our supply chain is being attacked. Our financial information is being attacked. Our personal information is being attacked. Our education records, our health records, every aspect of any digital record that we have ever known is under attack as we speak. And this is only getting worse. If we think back to the last Cyber Polygon 2020, the focus of it was what's called a digital pandemic, and a rise in hacking, a rise in attacks, a rise in, cyber attacks. And what did we see after that occurred? We saw a rise in cyber attacks. So apparently the Cyber Polygon 2020 was a failed experiment if they were really trying to learn ways to prevent cyber attacks, because they've increased by 600% in the last year. And for us to believe that they actually took something out of this event and they learned something and made our lives safer, and that's why this event is going on again this year, it's just unbelievable, for the simple fact that after the event, 600% increase in cyber attacks. What are we going to see after this event? This event begins tomorrow, and I will leave a link to the website down below for those that don't have the link. You can actually watch it, their live stream, and see what's going on during it. And it really is concerning when we look at the major sponsor for this event is the Bizone company. And this is a Russian company based in Moscow with questionable ties in their past. So right now we could be facing a very serious supply chain issue very quickly. And it wouldn't surprise me that at the conclusion of Cyber Polygon, or even before the conclusion of it, we see more attacks on our gas pipelines and our food supply. If they take away our ability to transport ourselves and get back and forth to work or get anywhere, and take away our ability to purchase food, then they basically have those who are unprepared at that time. They basically have them under their thumb at that time, whoever the attackers are. That's why it's more important than ever to focus on your preps. We all have survival skills, and we all know how to build fire. We all know how to construct shelter. We all know to stay in out of the cold. We all have our basic skills, our basic knowledge and all that. And what we really need to focus on is the things that we know they're going to hit. And the things they're going to hit in the beginning are going to be our food supply. They're going to hit our medical corporations, our hospitals and things like that, and they're going to hit our fuel. And probably not just gasoline. It's probably going to be a combination of gasoline, diesel, and it wouldn't surprise me to also see our propane or our LP gas, our natural gas, to get hit simultaneously. That way all types of fuel would basically be taken down. And after that, we could expect our water systems to shut down, and possibly even after that, a grid down. Now, maybe this isn't all going to happen. You know, maybe we're just looking at this and nothing will happen. But you know what they say, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And there's just too much evidence pointing at so much more. There's so much evidence out there that it's all pointing to one thing, and that is a massive attack that's basically going to transform not just our nation, but a large portion of the world. And it's very important to recognize this, because up here in Michigan, yesterday, for the last 2 days, our power went out due to a severe storm. Power and internet went out for a while. I was able to get cell phone service, which was no big deal to me. I just hooked up the generator, you know, kept my refrigerator running, and I have a gas stove, so we just basically behaved like normal, lit up the house with candles and flashlights, and we were good to go. Me and the kids played cards and had a good time. But a lot of other people didn't really know how to react, you know, because they were sending messages out over the phone that was saying the power is going to be out for up to 48 hours. And it's surprising to see. I went to the store today to Harbor Freight and just went in there looking because they had advertised one of the small portable Jackery solar generators, and I thought about picking another one up. But I walk in the store and they're completely sold out of generators. So we see that kind of panic that just a 2-day grid down causes. What type of panic will it cause when this happens and people know that it's going to be permanent? This is what we have to prepare for. This is what we got to be ready for, because this is coming. Well, hope the video helps out. Make sure to check out the one tomorrow, because I believe it's very important, and I'm also going to be reporting on Cyber Polygon as the events unfold. And just want to hope everybody has a good day out there. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks a lot for watching. God bless. And for now, Serious Survivor, out.